Okay, good evening, all of you. If you all can hear me, just uh, write yes, we can hear you, or just give me a Y or a thumbs up or something which will indicate that I am audible to all of you. Guys, am I audible? No, I'm not too sure if people can hear me. Okay, so let me begin by asking a very elementary question. Why do you think grammar is important at all? Do you think grammar is relevant? Grammar is important? Yeah, good evening, Harshit, Anurag. Do you think grammar is important? Harshit, Anurag, do you think grammar is important at all?
Yes, sir, it's important.
So, what do you think might be the relevance of grammar, or what do you think might be the relevance of importance of grammar today?
Sir,
Because
important
most
for
of the
grammar.
exams have started asking questions based on grammar, whether it is MBA entrance, whether it is government exams, campus recruitment exams. Everybody has a few questions, few sets on grammars. Why do you think so?
Sir, I think the grammar is important to write in a good in a good words and make a good sentence.
Is that all? I mean, just because we have to make good words and good sentences, Harshit, do you agree?
No, sir.
See, making good words, good sentences is all right. I mean, I'm sure it's not just about making good sentences or having good words out there. There is a lot more to grammar. And let me just give you one, uh, simple reason why grammar is included. And welcome all of you viewers on YouTube also. Welcome from Pathfinder. If you're looking to prepare for MBA entrance or similar exams, you can log on to pathfinderforme.com. I will just give you one statement. It helps in identifying the precise meaning of given statements. For example, take a look at these two statements. Can you see these two statements? So, what
Yes, sir.
might be, is there any difference in meaning? Yesterday we had a match. The man of the match award of $12,000 should have been shared by Smith, Pujara, Pant, and Cummins. I mean, is there any difference in meaning of these two sentences?
No, sir.
There is no difference.
No, sir.
There is. Can you see any comma eliminated anywhere in this sentence? This sentence has one comma extra, the first one. The second sentence has one comma less. You can see the man of the match award for $12,000 should have been shared by Smith,
Yes, sir.
comma,
There is
Pujara.
there's a comma after Pant.
Yeah. So there is a difference, and the difference is in this case, the first sentence, $12,000 are shared by four people: Smith, Pujara, Pant, and Cummins, equally. In the second sentence, the man of the match award of $12,000 should have been shared between or by Smith, Pujara, Pant, and Cummins. So here there are only three shares. Smith, Pujara are two shares, and Pant, Cummins is one share. So he will get one third, he will get one third, and these two people will get one third. So now Smith earns 4,000, Pujara earns 4,000, Pant and Cummins together will earn 4,000. That means each of them will earn 2,000. Now this is the big difference between the two sentences. Can you do you understand how much grammar can impact a sentence?
Yes,
Grammar
sir.
can have a very big impact on the meaning of sentence just by adding one small comma here or there. The meaning can change tremendously. Now, as far as grammar is concerned, I have not seen many. In fact, I have not seen a single question on grammar in CAT after I think 2008 or 2009. I don't remember the exact year, but 2008 2009 was the last year when I saw grammar in CAT. But grammar has been asked in exams like SNAP, IIFT, NMAT, I think even CMAT, and that makes grammar important because when questions of grammar will appear, they will not appear as one question. Generally, you will find them in groups of 3 to 4 questions, in some cases, even more. And the reason why it is important for you is grammar is very scoring. If you, with a bit of effort, you can get almost all the questions correct because the level of grammar here may not be as as difficult as you find or you expect to find grammar in GMAT or some of the other exams for standard tests, right? So this is the significance. Now, the way I have structured this session is that I will give you one question. I will show you one question at a time, and I'll give you 1.5 to 2 minutes for every question that I show you. And I want you to answer or give me the right answer, and post which I will have a discussion on the question. Let's look at the first question. So here is the first question, and your time starts now. So all of you can try these questions. Yes, if you've got the correct answer, you can just uh, write your answers in the chat box, please. If you've got the correct answer, you can just write in the chat box. Okay, no one has the right answer. Anurag or maybe Poonam, do you have the answer? Poonam, am I audible to you? Okay, Poonam says C. Okay, fine, fine. Now see, let's look at the instructions first. The instructions are very, very important because the instructions might change. So here we have to look at sentences that are correct in terms of grammar and usage. So we don't have to identify spellings in this particular question. When I return to home, this to is not required. The correct usage is when I returned home. Although you do use to with return. For example, Kohli returned to India after playing the first test match. Virat Kohli returned to India. I could have said when I returned to my home, but in the absence of any possessive here, when I returned home is appropriate as compared to when I returned to home. So first sentence is incorrect. Then everything I could get my hands, the correct idiomatic expression is I could get my hands on. So this is also incorrect. Then that same year, Israel's Jewish agency sent a shalik, a sort of recruiter to Minneapolis. So what do you think? That same year, Israel's Jewish agency sent. This looks okay. Now see, in statement number D, a shalik, a sort of recruiter to Minneapolis. He's describing the same person. He's mentioned a particular word, and in the rest part, he's explaining what it is. And normally, this should either be separated by a comma or at least a hyphen. More appropriately, a comma. And therefore, this statement is also incorrect. So let me give you some examples. Okay, so Japan is full of stories of samurais, a class of warriors. So between samurai and class of warriors, I need a comma. Why? Because class of warriors explains what that samurai means. Similarly, a sort of recruiter to Minneapolis is it explains what a shaliak means. And therefore, since there is no comma, this is inappropriate. I became one of his most active devotees. This is okay. The correct answer is A, C, and E. I hope my explanation is fine. Do you have any doubts on my explanation? Or do you have any questions, queries? No? All right. Let us go to the next one. Okay, somebody has a question. Try answering this one. Oh, wait, let me. Uh, okay, time is up. Anybody who's got the answer so far? Okay, let's see. Again, you have to identify sentences that are correct grammatically. And I'm sorry, all those who are viewing this on YouTube, I'm not able to interact with you today. So once an economy is actually in recession, the authorities can, in principle, move the economy. Now, what is the role of this so? You could just start the sentence by saying, once an economy is actually in recession, the authorities can, in principle, move the economy out of slump, right? This so is not required. It's redundant. In fact, not redundant, it is logically incorrect. And therefore, A is not correct. Out of slump, assuming hypothetically. Now, assuming hypothetically is a tautology. Tautology means when you use two words which have the same meaning, assume and hypothesize, almost similar meanings words. So either you use assuming or you use hypothetically. So move the economy out of slump, assuming that they know how to. So this word is not required actually. Therefore, C is also incorrect. They know how to by a temporary stimuli. So if it's A, there has to be a singular stimulus. And how do you know it's one singular? By the word A. You use article A and only before singular countable nouns. Singular count nouns. So it should be stimulus. In the longer term, however, the correct usage, the correct phrase is in the long term, not in the longer term. So E is also incorrect. So we have A as incorrect, C as incorrect, D as incorrect, and E is also incorrect. Your correct answer is E, because B is the only correct statement there. I hope uh, you are able to understand this, all of you? Shall we move on to the next one? Okay. Here is the next one, and your time starts now. Okay, both of you have already given the answers, in fact. Okay, so let me start. It is sometimes told that. Now, see, when do you use told and when will you use said, right? So, told is generally used when we are talking to somebody, right? So, there has to be someone involved when told is being used. When will we use said? So, said is when we are expressing something, it's a way of putting something in words. You're not necessarily talking to somebody. It is sometimes said that. Have you understood? So when you use said, you're not necessarily talking, and in this particular case ऐसा लग नहीं रहा है कि हम किसी से बात कर रहे हैं. ये आम धारणा है, एक आम बात है, and therefore the word told will not be used in this particular context. So it is sometimes said that, so this A is incorrect. Government originated in city states. Nothing wrong with this. Of ancient Greeks, democratic ideals have been handed down to us. Handed down to us. Mythology has been handed down to us. It is not handed to us. It is handed down to us over hundreds of generations. Mythology. Okay. So, democratic ideals have been handed down to us from that time. So, this is also incorrect. In truth, however, this is an unhelpful assertion. This is fine. The Greeks gave us the word, hence did not provide us with a model. The better logical connector here should have been but. The Greeks gave us the word, but did not provide us with a model. So, which are the two correct answers here? The correct sentences are B and in fact D. And the correct option is C and not D. Let us try another question. Okay, try this one and read the instructions very, very carefully now. Okay, anybody who's got an answer? Okay. Anybody else? Let's see. Now, the most important thing is you have to look for sentences that are correct in terms of grammar and usage, including spelling, punctuation, and logical consistency. So you now have to look for spelling also. Let us look at the first statement. In 1849, a poor Bavarian immigrant, the spelling is incorrect. So this statement is incorrect. Named Levi Strauss landed in San Francisco, California. So San Francisco, comma, California, this is fine. Between a city and state or country, you add a comma, which is correctly added here. So this is fine. At the invitation of his brother-in-law, David Stern. Now, brother-in-law is David Stern. The name of his brother-in-law is David Stern. So the correct way of representing them, this is adding a comma between brother-in-law and David Stern. For example, India's Prime Minister, comma, Narendra Modi, talked to Indians about the upcoming vaccination program. So India's Prime Minister is Narendra Modi, and therefore in between India's PM and Narendra Modi, I have to add a comma. So the same logic is used here. At the invitation of his brother-in-law, comma, David Stern. This is incorrect. Owner of a dry goods business. This dry goods business would later become known as, not became known as, Levi Strauss and Company. So this is also incorrect. So all are incorrect, only B is correct. Correct answer is option number A. I hope the explanation is clear to all of you. Okay, let's look at the next question. Yeah, start. Anyone who's got the answer so far? Okay, so again, we have to look for spelling mistakes also. In response to the allegations and condemnation pouring in, what do you think of this sentence? Is this okay or not okay? Let's ask you. In response, just tell me whether this sentence is okay according to you or not okay. To the allegations and condemnation pouring in. No? This is fine. Nike implemented comprehensive changes in their labor policy. Now, see, Nike is a company, right? This pronoun there refers to Nike. So, if I look at the pronoun reference, this there should be replaced by its. Its. Nike implemented comprehensive changes in its labor policy. So, this is wrong. Perhaps sensing the rising tide of global concerns. Now, what is this comma doing after concerns? There is no need for a comma here. Perhaps sensing the rising tide of global labor concerns from the public would become a prominent media issue. So, you don't need a comma between concerns and the next sentence. From the public would become a prominent media issue. This is fine. Nike sought to be no, is not right, an industry leader in employee relations. In employee relations. So this is also incorrect. So which are the two correct ones? A and D. D is your correct answer. So let's go to the next one. See, grammar can be very tricky, and but if with some practice and with some understanding of theory, you can almost get all of them correct. So when during our grammar classes, we'll cover all of this in great details. Let us look at this question again. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Anybody who's got an answer? Okay. A, C, D. Any other answer? Okay, let's look at this statement. Charges and counter charges mean nothing. Nothing wrong with this sentence. To the few million who have lost their home, is there anything wrong with this sentence? What is wrong with this sentence? To the few million, say few million is a great number of people. So they cannot lose one home. They would have lost their homes.
Homes.
Yeah. The nightmare is far from over for the government. Now see, why is this comma added here? Where do you add a comma? You add a comma to separate two clauses. Again, what is a clause? What is a phrase? We'll talk all about that in details in the course. But for now, you add a comma to separate items in a list, or you add a comma to separate clauses, especially when two clauses are joined by coordinating conjunctions. So here, you don't need a comma. The nightmare is far from over for the government. This is incorrect. Is still unable to reach the hundreds who are marooned. Oh, wait. This looks okay. The nightmare is far from over for the government is still unable to. You have to connect it to the next sentence. So this for is starting a reason. So the nightmare is far from over for, as in because, the government is still unable to reach the hundreds who are marooned. C and D are also right. The death count have is incorrect, should be replaced by has. Death count is a singular and it should go with a singular verb, not have but has. So the correct answer is A, C, and D. I hope the explanation is clear to you. Let's look at next one. Okay. So for these questions, I am not going to give you 2 minutes. I'll only give you 1 minute. These are all old NMAT questions, right? Start. Yes. Anybody who's got the answer by now? That says C. Okay. Okay. So you're right. C is the correct answer. In order to lose weight, you need to both. See, whenever you have both as a conjunction, it should be followed by and, not as well as. As well as should be replaced by and. Have you understood? So, you can't mug up. You have to just think of 5, 6 sentences which use both and. So, both will not be followed by as well as. It will always be followed by and. In order to crack your exams, you need both hard work and perseverance. So, both and. Have you understood? So, in order to control the pandemic of corona, we need to both ensure precautions and ensure proper vaccination. So both is followed by and. Next. Okay. Again, only 1 minute for this question. Your time starts now. Let's see. Okay. Anybody who's answered that? No? Okay. So you told me its name. Now the problem is here. See, it with an apostrophe S is a contraction for it is. Right? Here you want to talk of its as a possessive, and the correct its will be this. You told me its name where I spoke about it the last time, but I've already forgotten. So the its used in this particular case is a contraction for it is, and therefore incorrect. I hope this explanation is okay with all of you. Let's go to the next one. Again, 1 minute, not more. Your time starts now. D. Okay. None of the others are giving any answers. All right. So, a representative of Reserve Bank will provide the students with an insight into economic future of the country. This sentence has no error. Okay, there's no error. What was the error that somebody had marked D, right? What is the error that you thought of?
Sir, the of the should be have some space in between. No?
Of the?
Yes, sir.
No, but he is not asking you to look at errors of spelling
Yes, sir.
or any other error except grammar error. This is a previous NMAT question. The earlier question were previous CAT questions where they were also looking at spellings. So, no, that is not an error here. Okay, a few more NMAT questions. Once again, I'll give you only 1 minute for this question. Try it. I guess you all should be able to answer this question at least. Yes, what is the answer here? Anyone? Okay. Withering of rocks over long periods of time leads to formation of clay. Large bowls, such as salad bowls, are often intended to serve many people at the same time. The chemical compounds that make up perfume can either be manufactured synthetically in labs or extracted from. So this is C, this is A, and this is D. So look for C, A, D from the options. Option number D is the correct answer. Let us look at the next question. Again, I'll give you not more than 1 minute. Your time starts now. This should be the last question, I guess. Okay, so he's so transparent, it is possible to see through every ploy. Painting should be done in bright shades so that they may stand up. They may stand up or stand out. What will it be? They may stand up or stand out. It should be they may stand out more vividly. She ran through all of the main points of her presentation. So it should be B, E, B. D is the most appropriate answer here. Okay, I guess with this we come to an end of this particular session. And honestly, these were the first set of live sessions done by done by us, and it was a great learning experience for us. Our batches for CAT 21 are starting from 15th of Jan. If you're interested, you can inquire on 9552, or you can inquire with Manish Kane at pathfinderforme.com. You can log on to www.pathfinderforme.com. So there are three excellent courses for CAT 21 preparation, which includes mock tests, it includes videos, it includes live sessions, you have sectional tests, and you have all India rankings for the mock tests also. So whatever is relevant to CAT 21 preparation is all there. If you are interested, if you're looking for to start your preparation, you can always inquire with us. We'll be happy to help you. In case you're looking for some free stuff, you can just subscribe to our channel. We have two active channels that we will be maintaining. Mend Your GK. Mend Your GK will be a channel for English and GK, and Mend Your Maths. This will be a channel for mathematics and reasoning. And you know, If you have any queries, please feel free to contact us. Thank you all for joining in. All the best.